Let me start with a number that sounds almost ridiculous. $300. That's it. $300 a month invested consistently has the mathematical power to become $1 million. Not through luck. Not through picking the perfect stock. Not through some risky bet that keeps you checking your phone every 5 minutes. Just consistency. Just time. Just compounding. And here's the strange part. Most people hear that number and still never reach it. Not because the math is wrong, but because they quit long before the math has time to work. Imagine two coworkers who start their careers at the same time. They're both making similar salaries. They both want financial security someday. One of them sets up an automatic investment of $300 every month. The other decides to wait. Not because they're irresponsible. Life just feels expensive. There's always something else competing for that money. A few years pass, then 10, then 20. And by the time they reach their 60s, the difference between those two decisions is roughly $1 million. Not because one person was smarter, not because one person earned dramatically more money, but because one of them started the compounding engine early and never turned it off. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly how $300 a month can grow into $1 million, why compounding feels painfully slow at the beginning, and the one habit that quietly separates people who retire wealthy from everyone else. But first, there's something important you need to understand. Compounding does not feel impressive when it starts. In fact, it feels almost pointless. Let's start with the part almost nobody explains honestly. Most people understand compounding intellectually, but they don't actually feel it. They hear phrases like, "your money makes money," and it sounds impressive, but it doesn't change how they behave. Because in the beginning, compounding is almost invisible. Imagine pushing a snowball down a long hill. At the very beginning, it barely grows. You push it a few feet, and it looks almost exactly the same as when you started. That's what the first few years of investing look like. You contribute money every month. Your account slowly grows, but the progress feels underwhelming. And this is exactly where most people quit. They check their investment account after years of discipline and see a few $1,000s, maybe $10,000. And compared to the idea of becoming a millionaire someday, that number feels insignificant. So they stop. They pause their investing. Or worse, they pull the money out and spend it on something that gives them immediate satisfaction. But the people who keep pushing that snowball eventually notice something surprising. Somewhere along the hill, the growth starts accelerating. What once took years to accumulate now happens in a single year, then in months. Eventually, the snowball becomes so large that it begins growing almost on its own. That moment is when compounding finally becomes visible. And the math behind it is fascinating. Let's walk through the numbers. If you invest $300 every month and your investments grow at an average annual return of about 8%, which is roughly in line with long-term stock market history, here's what happens. After 10 years, you will have contributed $36,000 of your own money, but your account would already be worth around $54,000. The extra $18,000 came from compounding, your money earning money. Now here's where things begin to shift. After 20 years, you've contributed $72,000, but your portfolio is now worth roughly $176,000. For the first time, the growth itself is becoming significant. Your investments are now producing tens of thousands of dollars in value. And that gap between what you contributed and what you actually have keeps widening. But the real turning point comes later. Because after 30 years of consistently investing $300 every month, your portfolio crosses the $1 million mark. You personally contributed about $108,000. The market turned that into roughly $1 million, which means almost $900,000 came purely from compounding. Think about that for a moment. You contributed just over $100,000, but time and compounding turned it into nearly 10 times that amount. You did the saving, but compounding did the heavy lifting. Now here's something even more interesting. The timeline of growth is extremely uneven. In the early years, progress feels slow, but the last decade is where the explosion happens. In fact, in many long-term portfolios, more than half of the total growth happens in the final 10 years, which means someone who stops investing after 20 years may never experience the most powerful part of compounding. And this is exactly why patience becomes the most valuable investing skill, because the biggest rewards often show up at the end. Let's make this even more relatable. Imagine someone named Alex. Alex starts investing $300 per month at age 25. For the first 5 years, Alex checks the account occasionally and feels underwhelmed. After 5 years, the account has maybe $20,000 or so. It doesn't feel life-changing, but Alex keeps going. By age 35, the account has grown past $70,000. Still not incredible. But something interesting starts happening. The annual growth is now several $1,000s per year. By age 45, the account crosses $250,000. Now the market is adding more in some years than Alex is contributing. And by the time Alex reaches their late 50s, the account is approaching $1 million. The strategy never changed. The contribution never changed. Only time changed. Now here's the part where most investors struggle. Because the journey to that $1 million doesn't happen smoothly. Markets fall, sometimes dramatically. In 2008, the stock market dropped nearly 50%. In early 2020, it fell about 30% in just weeks. And every time this happens, millions of investors panic. They sell their investments. They pause their contributions. Or they wait for the market to feel safe again. But here's what actually happens when people do that. They lock in their losses. They miss the recovery. And they watch the market eventually climb to new highs without them. Meanwhile, the investors who stayed consistent during those scary moments did something incredibly powerful. They kept investing, which means they bought more shares when prices were lower. And when the market recovered, those discounted shares multiplied in value. This strategy has a name. It's called dollar cost averaging. Instead of trying to predict when the market will rise or fall, you invest the same amount every month. When prices are high, you buy fewer shares. When prices are low, you buy more. Over time, this smooths out your investment cost and strengthens the compounding effect. Now, the next question most people ask is simple. What should you actually invest that $300 per month into? And surprisingly, the answer doesn't have to be complicated. For most people, the smartest choice is a low-cost index fund that tracks the overall stock market. These funds hold hundreds or even thousands of companies. Instead of betting on one company to succeed, you're investing in the growth of the entire economy. And historically, despite recessions, financial crises, wars, and uncertainty, the global economy has continued to expand. But there is one more factor that determines whether someone actually reaches that $1 million outcome. And it has nothing to do with intelligence or income. It's automation. The investors who succeed long-term are usually not the ones with the most discipline. They're the ones who removed the decision entirely. Every month, $300 automatically moves from their checking account into their investment account. They don't debate it. They don't check the market first. It simply happens. Because every time investing becomes a decision you have to consciously make, life will give you reasons not to. The car needs repairs. A vacation sounds tempting. Something always comes up. Automation solves that problem. It turns investing into a bill you pay to your future self. And over time, that single habit quietly builds extraordinary wealth. So here's the real takeaway. Becoming a millionaire rarely comes from one brilliant investment. It usually comes from small decisions repeated consistently for decades. $300 a month. Patience, consistency, and letting compounding do what it does best. But if you're wondering how to actually start investing that first few $100s, which accounts to open and which funds beginners should buy, the next video walks through the entire process step by step. Click that video now and I'll show you exactly how to invest your first $1,000.